Ever since Thomas first came to Sodor, he first became a station pilot at the big station. He would often send cars and coaches ready for the big engines to take out on journeys. And when trains come in, Thomas would shunt the empty cars and coaches away for the engines to take a rest. And sometimes, whenever Thomas would shunt cars and coaches at the big station, he would watch the engines leave with their trains. Whenever Thomas would watch engines leave with their trains, he would often wish he would pull a train one day. He would often tell the big engines this too, whenever the day's work was over. I wish I would pull a train along the main line, he would often tell the engines. But some of the engines would say, "We would like to see you do it." But Thomas would pay no attention to them, and would just go in the shed and wonder. Some other engines would have full confidence in Thomas, and they would say, "You'll have the chance one day." Whenever some of the engines would often tell Thomas that, it would make him wonder even more. But one day, an engine named Eagle was taken ill. The controller of the railway, Sir Topham Hatt, came to inspect him. "Oh dear," said Sir Topham Hatt, "this is not good. You're taking a passenger train today, and I know Edward and Henry can't do it because they're busy taking freight trains, and 98462 and 87546 can't do it because they're busy taking passengers and mixed traffic services." Thomas was still at the sheds and heard the commotion. His driver and fireman were coming in late today, and he wanted to help Eagle. "Can I take the passenger service, sir?" Thomas said. Sir Topham Hatt heard Thomas. "Of course you can, Thomas," Sir Topham Hatt said. "But we'll look after your shunting duties at the big station." "I'll do it, sir," said a green tank engine. "Good," said Sir Topham Hatt. He then turned to Thomas. "Since the engine's going to take care of your work, you can take care of Eagle's passengers." Thomas was delighted. Thomas was feeling very excited into pulling coaches, but he wasn't paying attention. And he bumped the coaches too hard. "Oh," groaned the coaches. Then, a little green tank engine named Neil arrived. "Careful with the coaches, Thomas," Neil warned. "They don't like being bumped around." "Sorry," Thomas said, "just feeling a bit excited." The little box cab is right, tank engine, said 98462. Don't go galloping off on the main line and leaving your passengers stranded at every station along the line. Then, the conductor blew his whistle and 98462 set it off. Thomas paid no attention to him. Then, as the conductor blew his whistle for Thomas set it off. Thomas worked extra hard on the main line, taking care of people's passengers. He stopped at every station along the line. But whenever Thomas would return back to the big station at the end of the line, he would watch 98462 leave with the express. Thomas would often feel jealous of him and would wish he would pull the express. I'm tired of stopping at every station, he would say. The next day, Thomas had to take a passenger train along the loop line. And as the conductor blew the whistle, Thomas steamed away. Thomas steamed along the line without any trouble. He was beginning to enjoy himself. Then, Thomas's driver saw the station up ahead. "Prepare to stop, Thomas," said his driver. But as they were about to approach the station, Thomas kept going. Thomas rushed through. Neil saw Thomas speed through the junction. "Stop, Thomas, stop!" he cried, but Thomas was too far to hear. As Thomas was passed by a station, he wouldn't stop. The passengers were bounced and banged along with the luggages. Thomas never stopped until he came to the station at the end of the line. As Thomas arrived back at the station, he felt very pleased with himself. Except for the passengers who were very cross. They then told Sir Topham Hatt what had happened. Thomas then explained everything to him. "I know you were tired of stopping at every station, Thomas," said Sir Topham Hatt. "But local trains aren't like express trains." And Sir Topham Hatt began to tell Thomas what express trains and local trains are. Thomas understood. "I'll promise not to do it again," Thomas said. "That's good," said Sir Topham Hatt. The next day, Thomas didn't overshot the platforms and made great progress. A few days later, Eagle began to feel better. Thomas told Eagle how well he did with his local passenger services, despite a few hiccups. Eagle felt so pleased he forgot to be jealous. Thomas then went back to work at the big station. As he came back to work at the big station, 98462 and 87546 would say, "Look, there's a blue tank engine who wanted to pull the express, but kept on overshotting the platforms. When will he ever learn?" But Thomas paid no attention to them. He learned not to make the same mistake